نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Islamic will. Islam has emphasized on writing will way before one passed away, because no one knows when that would be. So any important business or point that needs to be clarified, one should write it down. For example, you have lent some money to someone, it should be written clearly down somewhere, and a clear instruction is being made as a will. Likewise, you owe someone something, that must be clearly specified as well. Now, with regards to the wealth that one leaves behind, we do not need to stipulate it with regards to the inheritors, those who are going to inherit, the heirs. It does not need to be specified, because Sharia has given a clear instruction about those. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has clearly mentioned in Quran regarding this. Whoever would get the proportion will get according to that. You do not need to tell people that this is what they should be getting, because even if you say something which is contrary to what is said in Quran, would not be applied, would not be taken care of at all. Rather, it would be and it should be changed according to Quranic injunction. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَمَنْ خَافَ مِن مُوسٍ جَنَفًا أَوْ إِثْمًا. If you find there is something wrong, some oppression has been done, something due to personal grudge has been mentioned in the will of the person, sort it out accordingly. Make islah of that, correct it according to Allah's decision, Allah's command. What one is entitled to is that they can give their whole wealth to whomsoever they will and they wish within their lifetime. Obviously, they should try and not be unjust to anyone, but they still are in charge and in control of their wealth, and as such, they are entitled to give it to anyone they want. It doesn't have to be in any proportion. It doesn't have to be you have to give it to someone and some to that person as well because he's your relative. No one owes anything. This is your wealth. You can give to whomsoever you wish. You don't have to do the same to this or that person. I've got two sons, I should give them equal. In your lifetime, you can give whomsoever you will at whatever proportion. You can deprive someone of whatever. That's totally up to you. But once someone's passed away, they cease to become in charge of their or owner of their wealth. They can only own a third of their wealth. That 1/3 of all of their estate, their wealth, which they're going to leave behind, they can make a will for. They can say, okay, from all my assets, this 1/3 or any 1/3 should go to such an individual. Such individual that you are going to appoint, or you're going to give that 1/3 of your wealth must not be the heir of your wealth. So that person should not be the recipient of your inheritance. And there are few categories of those people who would inherit. Normally, if someone has mother and father, they always get the inheritance. A spouse always get inheritance, husband and wife. Children always get inheritance. Other than that, like siblings, for example, of the deceased person, grandchildren, they may or may not get it. If someone has a son and a daughter, minimum, then, or just son, then after giving the fixed share of 1/6 to each parent and 1/8 or 1/4 depending on the spouse, and that could be 1/2 or 1/4, that share is being given to the spouse, and whatever is left should be given to the children. This will just be distributed among the son or son and daughter. And the proportion would be double for boy, single for girl. And the wisdom there is, as you know, because the boy or the men are responsible to look after their mother, their sister, their wife, if they had daughters. So a lot of people that they are required to look after. Hence, they are given double the share. The daughter who is wealthy and still got half of that of the son still can demand, if she is under the kifala of the brother or someone else, she can still demand her share, her right, which is not the share of inheritance but the share of day-to-day provision for food, for shelter, for accommodation, for clothing. So it means they are still being managed and supported by the family member, male family member. That is why male are given double share, so that they can cope with all the stress and the responsibilities and burdens they have. So if there was no kids to the family, then the parents and the siblings would get the share. And there is a stepwise approach. What if they do not have any children? What if they do not have their siblings? What if is that uncles? How it would go further down? So if you give the scenario, it would be according to the scenario. So if there was no Dhawil Furud, then Dhawil Arham. If no Dhawil Arham, then there will be some other relatives or some other people who can benefit from it as well. So hope it is clear, inshallah ta'ala. May Allah make it easy. If you have any specific question, you can ask, inshallah ta'ala, but hope this should clarify.